Hello everyone, this is Nina, or Beauty in Excess. I have a blog that I write about everything related to beauty and fashion. If you've visited my blog like you're doing now, you've probably seen some of my articles. If you haven't, please feel free to check it out. I have, weight loss tips, tips about putting on makeup and fashion and just anything that I feel like writing about, or recipes in that sense. So I've been wanting to do a video blog for a long time and, just haven't had the time. And finally, I have some, you know, available. I decided to just do it because sometimes it's easier to put some of the advice to a face or feel like you have someone to talk to. And I mean, the reason people really go on YouTube is when they're feeling bored, they want someone to entertain them, or they missing like a familiar face or just a face in general, and something to pass the time. So, and it's easier just to kind of have a voice in the background if you're doing something else. But hopefully some of the things I say might catch your attention and it might resonate with you. So today I want to talk about something that I've also had to struggle with a lot in the past, and that is feeling overwhelmed, feeling anxiety, feeling anxious, feeling like you have a lot of things on your plate and nothing seems to be going your way. And I feel like it's a feeling that a lot of people have when, they set out a goal and they want to accomplish something, and that goal, it takes a long time for it to happen and they feel discouraged in the middle of it. So why I brought up this story is I actually have a friend who have been having this feeling in the last few weeks that I've talked to her. So she's in the midst of applying to grad school, and she's retaking her GMATs, and having a really tough time really getting some of the questions, and so she's struggling with taking it, and she's been struggling for a few years now. She's also on the side, she has like 2 part-time jobs, one with a startup company that has a lot of marketing that needs to be done. Things aren't, I know with startups things aren't paved the path, a lot of difficulties, and the other job is working with this lady on a business plan, and it's just not going well. Like, she's getting criticism, I'm sure, and needs to deal with this lady who probably has her own set of ideas. So again, just a lot of things on her plate, and she talks to me about the fact that she feels lonely, she feels like nothing is getting done, she feels like a lot of things is up in the air, and I understand that kind of feeling. And she's also has some like medical issues, so when your body is not feeling up to par, when your body is sick, you're emotionally strained as well, and you don't have as much energy, and that also affects kind of your attitude and your day-to-day feel. So what I told her is that, listen, I have some tips that will help you deal with that particular stress, and I've gone through it myself, and the fact is I am fortunate enough to have been trained in project management. That's what my career is about, and I've done consulting the last 3 years. And so my job is literally to take a goal or a set of requirements or something that someone the business wants to happen, and create a timeline around what are the activities and how long and when do people need to accomplish this, who needs to do it. Anyway, so basically you can think of it as an event planner, almost, and that's kind of the parallel that I usually draw for my friends who don't know what project management is. And so, for me, I've also struggled with being overwhelmed in college, having a lot of coursework, and not doing ideally in school. And so what has helped me is to, you have to set a deadline for yourself. That's your milestone, that's your goal. Everyone can do that very easily. And no matter how realistic or unrealistic it is, you just have to put that down on paper. And once you have that, you have a date associated. So for her, in her case, first round application needs to be done in October. So put that down as your deadline and then work backwards. You need to schedule your exam. So that's one of your tasks to do. When are you going to schedule it? When is your test going to be? Put a date for that. And once you have that, well, how long do you need to do practice exams? So let's say 3 days to do practice exams back to back to back. And how long do you need to prepare? Give yourself, from now until then to prepare for it. What else needs to be done? College application needs essays. So your first draft needs to be done in a week from now. And selecting a topic. So those are the tasks that you need to think through, right? And once you have that down in paper, you just need to follow it day by day, day by day. And even if you don't finish something you set out to do, there's always tomorrow. And you can only do what you can do in the 12 hours that you're awake. So don't be giving up sleep, because that will cut into your health. And you don't want to feel a lack of energy, because that obviously gives you more stress, gives you more anxiety. So within your bodily, time frame, and make sure you're healthy, you're eating right, exercising, and all of that needs to be accounted for, because you don't want to be sacrificing one thing. And people can do it, but from my experience, the most important is your health. The most important is your happiness, right? Like, when you're doing too much in a short period of time, you're going to feel overwhelmed. But if you just do enough, do the best you can, and at the end of the day, pat yourself on the back and say, well done, like I've done all that I can do today and I feel accomplished. That's a small win. And you're not going to only feel like your day went by really quickly. You're going to feel like you got a lot of things done. You're going to feel accomplished, and you should. And when that happens, just, let yourself feel good and say, go to bed, get a good night's sleep, and tomorrow's a new day. So, that's kind of my tip for the day. Create a schedule, a plan for yourself, and kind of follow through with it, and give yourself credit when it's done at the end of the day. Yeah. So hopefully, you can all share in that sentiment of feeling stressed and worked up, and this little tip can help you get started on relieving some of that anxiety. And I'll keep you updated on how my friend is doing from day to day. And let me know if you feel overwhelmed, and what you do to relieve that stress. And we'll talk about it. And I'll see you next time. Bye!